Welcome to your feature presentation live.
Yeah.
Heath, what an honor. How exciting is this?
Yeah. First time doing a live episode, so might be
Okay.
our last. We'll see how it goes.
No, it's going to be incredible. It's going to be incredible. All right. We just watched episode 4 of Alien Earth. Got lots of things to talk about. Lots of discussion over where the series has gone so far. But let's see. Overall, I want to know what was the big standout for you for this episode. If you had to pick one thing,
I
what
thought,
hit you?
unfortunately, I thought it was the slowest episode yet.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah, I agree.
but there was a lot of good parts in it. Like I will get to it kind of as we go along. But I don't know. There was a lot of scenes that just real. I mean, the goat scene. Let's just talk about that.
Oh my gosh.
That will haunt me forever.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
So I think
And
it was a lot of cool character parts, but there was also a lot of like horror suspense. I'm like, where are we going with this?
yes, there's a lot of building, which I quite liked. I think we're both people that enjoy like a slow burn, a slow build for a story. So there's naturally going to be lots of things that are just kind of if a story is being told well, there are lots of breaks and there's time to breathe, room to
Yeah,
breathe. So I feel like that was one of these episodes. However, I think that they navigated not being just a filler episode really well. So I enjoyed that a lot.
yeah,
Felt like consequential, but didn't get a xenomorph until spoiler till the very end.
yeah.
But we can talk about the lamb, the sheep eyeball scene. First, I think less exciting. I want to talk about some characters. So Nibs, she's the ginger hybrid.
That's apparently
Of
pregnant.
dude, officially like in breakdown mode,
Yeah,
and I'm really interested to follow that character for a couple reasons. Because all of the different hybrids are having lots of different, like they're all having their own unique response to being a hybrid. But the Sylvias, so Dame and Arthur, treat her so differently, and they treat all of the hybrids very differently from each other. And I think that's a really interesting dynamic. So now we're kind of coming to a front with Nibs in this episode is current breakdown, right? Thinks that she's pregnant. She's like, I'm not a machine. Don't talk to me like I'm a machine. Believes like, no, I'm still biological, right? And the approach of Arthur and Dame are opposite ends of the spectrum, and I'm glad we get both of them. Where Arthur is like, this is not science. What we're doing to these children is not science. We can't do
yeah,
this anymore. All this kind of stuff. And Dame is like, no, they're children. Like they're both coming at it of like we have to protect them, but in different ways. Like Arthur wants control groups and studies, and he wants data. And Dame is like, if I could just get them all in a room, one on one, and just talk to them, I think everything would go really well. So that dynamic, I think is really cool. It's a great addition to the show, even though it does come across as quite slow. What are your thoughts?
yeah. I don't know. I do think I don't know where this show is going yet, so I'll reserve my judgment because
Sure.
it's hard to say. Like I like it. I'm on board, but I'm not sure exactly how I feel about it yet. And hindsight, I think, is so powerful. But to me, I love the fact that these are five different kids. They're different. They're being treated differently, but they want to do different thing. Like
Yeah, they all have different
Isaac,
aspirations. Yeah.
yeah, the science guy, and then like Nibs is clearly losing her mind, and all
Mm-hmm.
this different stuff. I hate it when a movie will have like generic. Well, they'll have like new mutants or superheroes or whatever, and they're all the
Mm-hmm.
same. So like
Yeah.
Winter Soldier, there was five other assassins, or no, sorry, Civil War. They're like Bucky, there were 5 other assassins that we did the same thing to, but they never talked. You There's no differentiation between them at all.
Right. There's no
So
dynamic. Yeah.
yeah, so it's like it could have just been one person and it would have been the same thing. It's like, why
Mm-hmm.
is there 5 unless there's a point? Which is I love about this show. It's like these are different characters. They're having different ambitions, and like there's a reason why
Mm-hmm.
there's that many of them, and that's really cool. I like that a lot.
Yeah. I do. I I was looking through some comments on our TikTok earlier today, and some comments of different creators that were talking about Alien Earth so far. And there's some people that are like, man, I can't get behind, or I don't really like the Peter Pan trope. Like the Alien franchise has always been outside of like our modern media stuff. So the fact that there's Ice Age is a bit distracting for people. The fact that there's like Peter Pan is really a really big and consistent theme throughout the show. Some people don't like that. I can understand the Ice Age thing. However, I think that I really like the Peter Pan aspect that's being woven through the story. That Boy Cavalier is completely obsessed with Peter Pan, and it comes back again and again. This episode, very heavy. He's reading over the PA system again to his lost boys from the Peter Pan book. His absolute devotion to staying young and staying like frivolous almost is so prevalent that I think if he wasn't, if the character wasn't obsessed with Peter Pan, it would be a distraction when we would recognize the similarities. You know, we'd be like, oh, what is Noah Hawley doing? He's just retelling Peter Pan to us in an alien format. So it's a really, really great, compelling story. The characters are really great. But the fact that he's being open about, like, hey, this is a direct connection to Peter Pan because of this character, it's part of his reasoning. I think that makes it better, in my opinion. So I think the Peter Pan thing, the Neverland thing, enhances the story. Do you find it distracting or neutral? Enhances it? What do you think about the Peter Pan stuff?
I like the Peter Pan dynamic because it's just clearly a book that he's obsessed with, and
Yeah.
he's totally the character that's like, it'd be really cool if we had a trope and a theme, like he
Yeah.
wants that for his
Yes. Yeah.
organization.
Mm-hmm.
And like we've talked about it before, it's cool because he is the guy who always wants to stay young. And the ironic part of it is that he has all these kids that he's forcing to grow up,
Mm-hmm.
which is so like anti Peter Pan. He wants people to join him and live forever as a kid. But it's
Yes.
cool to see him be like, he doesn't even see he's doing that. He's like, I'm trying to advance my own thing. Or what he says
Mm-hmm.
in episode 3 about, I need someone to have a genuine conversation with, you know?
Right. Yeah. At what cost is he preserving his youthfulness? And the cost so far is the youth and like the innocence of others. But he's totally okay with that. That's crazy. Yeah. All right. Let's see. Cavalier and Wendy. They have an interaction, and then we'll talk about the lamb scene, the sheep scene. But Cavalier and Wendy have an interaction where he kind of says, "I think your brother's a distraction, and he's got to go. He's gonna be gone." She's like, "No, please. I like we can't do this. I will not stand for my brother to be gone." What did you think of that interaction? Because there's a moment where he is telling her this is what's going to happen, and she kind of like squeezes down on a crayon and like drives it into the page a little bit. And I was like, she's going to kill him. Like I thought she would just snap right there. But then that calls me back to Nibs, who is like has snapped. It's over. So we know it's possible, right? We know the hybrids aren't impervious to like being thrown into like psychological disarray. So I think my prediction is that there will come a point where Wendy will kill Cavalier. I don't know if it'll be like to protect her brother. I think her brother's probably going to die, but I think it'll be out of anger because he led to her brother dying. So that's my prediction for that relationship. I think Wendy's going to have to like kill him.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I think Boy Cavalier is gonna die by the hands of his own creation. I feel like that's
totally.
very
So
alien.
poetic. Yeah.
I love this. We're messing with this kid Terminator thing. They're
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
oh, we made these, which to me, I do think it's like one of the things that I'm like, okay, show, why are you doing this? Like, they put them in these synthetic bodies that are really like super strong,
Hmm.
and it's just like, it's interesting. And I love that angle. Yeah, Nibs going kind of psycho. And
Hmm.
it's just like, it's terrifying. And she doesn't know her own strength and just can do what she wants to do. And the maturity, is not there. And it'll be really interesting to kind of see where that goes. But yeah, let's talk about they removed the catalyst, I guess, for the face hugger and put it in the lung they removed from
Hmm.
Wendy's brother.
Yeah.
So what's the guy's name? Wendy's brother, her biological
Oh,
brother,
Hermit.
Hermit. So
Yeah.
they say that he was so wounded they had to remove a lung. The
Hmm.
lung looks pretty fine,
Well,
and
it's
they
got like
an
the big
incision.
lacerations through it. They fixed it for sure. Yeah.
Yeah, so it's like I'm assuming they're doing that on purpose,
Yeah. Totally.
and then they've got they implant in the chest burster
Hmm.
or with the chest like whatever. It's so funny because like they're basically kind of showing the alien is always in the chest burster, the face hugger, and then it kind of like
You're throwing a lot of weight. Whoa.
so
So
okay,
many terms.
so the face hugger they
The face hugger
remove
implants the chest burster, which
yeah,
becomes the xenomorph. Yeah.
but it seems like the xenomorph catalyst is there. It's like a fully formed creature almost. Like it's moving around and screaming.
Oh
Like
yeah, it's like a little. It's like a little egg. It's already. It's like already fertilized. Yeah.
yes, yeah, exactly. Like it's not
Hmm.
I need something else, which is I feel like there was a little ambiguity there in the original Alien. Like it seems really like Alien Earth is making the point of like the xenomorph just needs a body. It just needs a lung to hang out in,
Right.
basically, to kind of like. And then Romulus is just really cool because we actually finally saw the little chest burster turning into a xenomorph, like the
Yeah.
actual like larva to pupate stage or
Yeah.
whatever. So that yeah, I think that was really interesting how they're definitely want to like produce a xenomorph. So like how can we do
Yes.
this? And that guy's hurt his lung. Let's take that lung.
Let's take. Let's take that one. He's got some flesh, some man flesh. Yeah, I think that there's. I can't think of a reason why that like egg that's the facehugger implants wouldn't be fertilized. All it needs is there's something about like the different biology of whatever gets implanted that the egg needs. Like it needs to siphon and feed off of a different mammal, basically. I'm pretty sure just mammals.
Yeah.
We've never
And it
seen one
also
come from like a shark. That'd be
but now I
sick.
want to.
Now I want to.
Well, and who knows what's canon anymore, which I'd love to talk about canon in a
Oh
second
yeah,
too.
yeah, sure.
But it seems to take the characteristics of whatever it does. So like even in Alien versus Predator, it
Totally.
became more Predator like. So I think let's talk about canon for a second.
Great.
I think we can all agree that Alien versus Predator is no longer canon.
That is
Like
correct. Yeah.
ever since, well, I guess technically ever since, it doesn't really fit in anywhere. It's like
No.
timeline, it kind of worked up before after Alien, but then if you believe in anything beyond that, it doesn't really work
Yeah.
well.
Once Covenant came out, it retconned AVP.
Yeah. But so now the issue though is Alien Earth is kind of retconning Covenant and Prometheus.
Not not technically. There's a way to get around.
So the issue
Right?
is, which some people talk about, is that
Okay.
Morrow
Right.
says he's been there
Yeah.
for 67. They were on a flight for 67
65
years,
years. Yeah.
which is further away than the timeline of Prometheus.
Yes.
So they have been on a voyage for that long.
Hmm.
So like, yeah, how's the workaround?
That's essentially the workaround is that Wayland Yutani sent them out ambiguously. Like your job is to go find alien life forms, other organisms. They didn't know. We assumed they didn't know that the xenomorph existed, and they weren't searching for that specifically, which is why they came back with 5 different ones, because they got 5 different alien life forms. Then the fault or the whoops is that a person was next to or like allowed themselves to get face hugged by one of the Xeno eggs
It'll
on
happen.
the ship. You get face hugged. So they, I think in the instance of the Maginot, they went out via Wayland Yutani to search for, in a general sense, alien life. They found a bunch of it, like a handful, and then they were coming back. And I assume it was like, what, 32 and a half one way, 32 and a half the other way? Like
Yeah.
round trip, 65 years?
Never. I didn't think about that being a round trip either.
Yeah. So that's how that happened. And because then Covenant is like, hey, we have a very specific star map. We think we found a message, and we're going to go directly there to investigate. And what they investigate turns out to be what they find. There you go. So it's definitely, I hope, well written enough to navigate those. Because initially you're like, wait a second. We've gotten a prequel that takes place before this. But it's enough of a time gap, I think, where they can still exist. And also, all of the events of Alien Earth, they can do their thing because we've not seen Earth. I think we see Earth at the end of Alien Resurrection, and it's like completely destroyed. And that's like 200 years after Alien Earth.
Yeah.
So we've got 200 years to play with where Ripley, our main character, does not see planet Earth. She does have, maybe this will be, like, this is a canon conversation. She does have a conversation with a Wayland Yutani guy in Aliens, but she never like gets down to Earth. But there's some like speculation, and I would agree with this, that like he didn't tell her, oh, there was a xenomorph on Earth and a bunch of other aliens too. Because he's kind of the salesperson for Wayland Yutani, and it was their fault. So he's trying to convince her to like go on this mission. He can't tell her like, oh, we failed in these ways. So it makes sense why he keeps it from her. But those are the only things that come to mind as far as contradictions. But probably the one that requires the most dancing is the Covenant one. Like, can we get around that sort of thing? So
Yeah. Because it's the tough part for me too. So 32 years before Alien is 2090. So
okay.
Alien takes place in 2122, and then Prometheus is supposed to take place in 2093. So technically, even if it's 32 years round trip, they sent Morrow and that ship, the Maginot, they sent that ship 3 years before the events of Prometheus.
Oh, I meant 32 years, like when they leave Earth, if they were gone, if they got back to
Uh,
Earth 65 years after leaving, they would
uh,
go out 32 years to the wherever they went, do their stuff, come back 32 years. That's what I meant about that. So a total 65 years gone. So I don't know where that would put them for leaving. Like if he gets back to Earth,
so
um
the year 21, or sorry, Alien Earth takes place in 2120.
yeah. So that means they would have to depart Earth in 2055, which is like
Yeah.
38 years before Covenant.
Yeah. But
Yeah,
then,
38 years.
so 20, which, yeah, so it's still before Prometheus. So it
Super.
still doesn't quite work. It's David, they've met engineers. David has created the perfect organism, the xenomorph.
Oh, wait. David never created the xenomorph.
Well,
Whoa. Whoa. Okay, no, deep, digging up deep wells. Okay, no. David created his, pardon my French, bastardized version. He spent years and years and years creating a version of the xenomorph, but he never could manufacture it. So still in canon, the xenomorph exists outside of David. He's not the originator. He's the imitator, which is exactly what David's character is.
Ooh. Wow,
He imitates
that's deep.
constantly. So his desire to create the xenomorph is still, just like himself, a poor imitation of reality. So he calls it the perfect organism because he knows what he's trying to copy. He knows he's trying to copy the perfect organism, but he never successfully created it. When, let's see, there was Prometheus and Covenant was the second one. When Covenant, they land and they're walking through like that field of wheat and stuff, and you see like that little tiny xenomorph-esque thing. It's basically the antithesis of a xenomorph. Where a xenomorph has acid for blood, that thing, that little thing, is small. Xenomorph's tall. The small one has acid for saliva, but it bleeds on things, and its blood is not saliva. It doesn't have the retractable mouth, and a xenomorph has a retractable mouth. There's a bunch of differences, like, and then you go through David's like whole laboratory on this planet, and you see him iteration after iteration, even to the point of killing the protagonist, like
Shaw.
main character of Shaw of
Prometheus.
Prometheus, where he's like, maybe I can make her like the mother, and she can grow me more, and yeah. So anyway, David, that was the hard sidetrack. David never created an actual xenomorph. He only attempted, and he got really close. But
What's the alien version at the end of Covenant?
that still is different.
Yeah, but do you know
Because
what
it
it is?
starts. There is a name for it. I don't know what the name is. Physically, the biggest differences. It's like its chest is much boxier. It's not as lean, and not as tall.
The proto
As-
xenomorph. is
Yeah,
what-
proto-xenomorph. Yeah, so there are some physical differences you can tell, but the biggest difference that we can see in Alien Earth and in the original Alien is the behavior. So at the end of Covenant, that proto-xenomorph attacks everything, relentless. There's no discernment. It's only just attack, 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 kill, kill, kill. The alien in Alien Earth, we saw last episode, pokes its head into the shipping container and goes, "No, I'm going to wait. You'll come to me." The alien from 1979 does that same exact stuff. I'm going to hide. I'm going to wait and bide time. So the actual perfect organism is much more intelligent, much more patient than any of the created counterparts. So
Oh, it's a deep dive. I love it.
I know, dude. This is what I love. This is what I
It's-
like to do.
So it's interesting. So you're kind of saying, I think the big argument that we're seeing is people like it can't be canon because David hasn't created the xenomorph yet. And your
And
argument
that is not true.
That's almost like a side story. So you could still
Yes.
say Prometheus, Covenant took place, but that's not the trail of the xenomorph. So somehow Ripley and her crew still find a downed engineer ship
Yeah.
that has xenomorph eggs
Yes.
on it. And it like Romulus does that really well, that they like find that alien that was blown out of the lock. What's it called?
The airlock.
Oh man, my brain. So that's interesting. And then so I guess Alien versus Predator still can't be just because of Wayland. Peter Wayland. We can't say he died of lung cancer in 2008 and he also wasn't,
Went to space.
yeah, so we saw him die. We see him die in Prometheus and AVP, so they both can't be right. And also, I think it kind of retcons everything because then they're saying predators have always been here and they've always fought. They've been fighting xenomorphs on Earth for thousands of years. So,
Yeah.
and to anybody who's like, I don't like Alien Earth or they're pushing back, everything has been better since Alien versus Predator Requiem. So that's
literally
that's where I
everything has
stand.
been much better.
And I'm not
It's
talking
only
just
uphill from
Alien franchise. Everything. else
everything
has
about
been
the
bells.
world.
That's
Yes. Yeah.
hot garbage.
Truly. All right. let's talk the sheep scene, the
The
eyeball
goat.
alien scene.
Okay.
The goat scene.
The goat popped up, and the first thing I thought was, it's gonna eat the goat. Um,
No.
I That's the cool thing about this because I feel like I feel like Alien Earth is helping me see why I don't like so many other TV shows out right now
Yeah. Dude,
because
yes.
they make they make the wrong thing the themes. They don't make interesting characters, and I'm like, there are so many interesting points that
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, I would watch a show on that. I would watch a show on the Five Companies. I would
Yep.
watch a show that's just the Maginot, like what happened to that crew. Like it's basically the original Alien movie. I'd still watch that. All these individual animals I would watch series on.
Yeah.
So this eyeball, I looked it up. I don't think there's a name for it. Are you seeing a name? Are you
I have
seeing a
not
name?
seen one yet.
So it's it's pretty it's pretty cute.
It's
So
adorable. It's gorgeous. Look at that puppy.
yeah, so it's this guy. Oh, on a different website. There we go. Um, yeah, so it's like it's an eyeball with tentacles, and it is the most disgusting, like
Dude.
cool thing. So
Gross
it
and
kills.
awesome.
It infects mammals by basically going take like removing their eye, killing the animal, and
Hmm.
then replacing where the eye was, and then it can move the mammal. So like it kills the sheep,
Dude.
goes where the sheep's eye used to be, and then makes the goat or the sheep get up and like look around. It's just it's crazy.
Okay, check this out. All
And
right.
we're
There is a
live.
name. There's a name. We're live. Um,
Yep, say it. Go ahead.
boom. Trypano. Oh, allow ads. Continue to cite. Okay. This is called Trypano hinca oculus.
I'm gonna go with Oculus,
Oculus.
the
Trypano
Oculus creature.
Trypano hinca oculus.
Oculus is
Sometimes
crazy
some
awesome name. An eye,
yes.
like an eye.
It's like oculus.
Yeah,
Sometimes shortened to T oculus. We're gonna I'm this I sound like a middle schooler saying oculus.
Oculus.
It's gotta be something else. Whatever, oculus.
It's so
This is the first time we've seen it, and it's disgusting. It's very cool. But yeah, so that scene, I thought that was really interesting that it's not just a symbiote type of not just a parasite type of relationship. The Oculus sounds so like not smooth.
well. It's an
Achilles?
octopus. It's an eye octopus, right?
Oh, you're right.
An
Oc-
Oculus,
And the
ocular,
ocular nerve,
pathogenic ocular dissonance.
oculus. We'll just have to say Oculus.
Oculus.
The Oculus doesn't just leech parasite off of the animal or the person. It like raises their intelligence. And as
Yeah.
soon as Kirsch noticed that, him and Isaac were standing back there. Him and Slightly were standing back there, and or no, Slightly is Arush. Sorry, doesn't matter. Once Kirsch realized, oh, this enhances the like intellectual capability of the creature,
Yeah.
and that eyeball is totally in control now. I was like, dude, boy Cavalier, because he like crouches down and he goes, me. That's what he says to the lamb, the sheep, whatever. And I was like, dude, he's gonna get to a point where he thinks he's not smart enough, and he's gonna invite the Oculus into his own freaking head
Yeah.
so he can be the smartest.
Ah, dude, I feel like I mean this is the best with Alien is this this evil scientist kind of stuff.
Yes.
Yeah, I think Boy Cavalier is going to try some gnarly stuff and to be like,
Yeah.
I don't think maybe we'll get to the point where he's like just wants to get infected by one of these parasites to like up his,
Right.
up his game, but to level up. But I
Level
think I could see him being like, no, let's take the Oculus and we'll put it into, we'll use our technology and I can insert it into my eye. I'm going to
Right.
remove my.
Safely, and I can control
Yeah.
it. Yeah.
Yeah, dude.
That's so man, that's so him. Oh, that's gonna be awesome. What even better? What if he like attaches 3 or 4 of the parasites to himself, and he's just like a blob of alien parasites just leeching off. That's the final boss battle.
It's
As
like the Super Skrull.
Yes, exactly. He's got an arm that's on fire, an arm that's the Hulk.
Yeah. Every
That's
time.
Wendy's final boss fight is parasite-ridden Cavalier.
Yeah, every time the Super Skrull showed up, I'm like, that just looks so lame.
It did, yeah.
Yeah, I think Boy Cavalier. It's like clearly he's gonna do whatever he wants. He's just like, we know his motives,
Yeah.
and I think what's keeping it interesting is just seeing what is gonna happen and then how everyone's gonna react. I also love. I feel like this show is being smart. They are not dragging stuff out. I think that's why I'm so. In Mando, we have a whole episode that the Mandalorian is not in, and it doesn't
Yes.
really advance the plot. Not any of the plots we care about, and what
Yeah.
happens to those 2 characters doesn't even matter. Like when we're like, I just like stop it. Like if you don't have an episode,
That's-
make one less episode. Like,
Right.
but
That's what I
anyways,
mean about filler episodes. Like we started the live talking about like this is a slow episode, but it's not a filler episode.
not
Like, This
filler
is not an
whatsoever.
episode of Naruto that you go to Reddit to check and see if you can skip,
Yeah. Yes, I don't know. I just think there is a lot going on here. There's a lot that's interesting. I love the fact though that I do think this is not. I'm never going to point at an alien show and say this is the most brilliant writing I've ever seen.
Sure.
It's not like this is groundbreaking writing, but entertaining. Yes, 100%. And seeing things like they make it nice to not fall into traditional tropes. Like Kirsch figures out this kid is talking to Morrow really fast.
So fast. I love that. Yes.
And he's like, well, I'm a synthetic. So I saw that. I think he put a patch on him. Let me test
Yep.
him, kind of test the waters a little bit. Yep. He's talking to this other company and he listens to the conversation. And Kirsch is on like already figured it out. So I love it's not just like, it doesn't drag it forever. Like you talked about the xenomorph. We got to see it so fast in the first episode. And now we got another xenomorph. We don't have this whole like wait a episode, wait a season, and like Kirsch is like we don't have to worry like wait is something going on with that? It's like in real life this would be a priority. If you thought there was a spy,
yeah.
that's what you're going to be doing. It's figuring out there's a spy.
And notice, like, as soon as Kirsch heard Morrow tell Arush, you have to go bring someone in there. You have 24 hours.
Yeah,
Then the next time we see Kirsch, he like comes into the light because he's standing in the egg room. He's just waiting.
yeah,
He's like, oh, okay, so someone's going to come here in 24 hours. I'll stand here and wait. Like, of course. Why would he leave? That would be
He's a
stupid.
freaking android.
Yeah, he doesn't need to sleep. So of course he's like in his processors or whatever, he's gonna be like, oh, I'll stand here. Okay.
Yeah,
I just loved it so much that like I love how Timothy Olyphant stares. I love the expressions that he has. Him watching, like he does the slightly disturbed, mostly interested to learn face really well. The cautious but watching.
yeah,
Cautious but watching to see how it plays out face is really good for him. Like it's perfect. He doesn't have to say anything. When Boy Cavalier walks up to the egg and it starts to open a little and he's like and he's just watching. Oh, I loved it. It was so good.
yeah.
Okay, so speaking of Morrow, this is my favorite character.
Yeah,
He's by far my favorite, and he was in it a bit, a quarter of the time maybe, but I'm really interested with his arc. This is. Oh no, I've got one more thing after this, so that's good. Um, his whole arc with like when is a machine not a machine thing. I lost my mind over that last week.
Yeah.
And his purpose, like being driven and like he finds his purpose in completing this mission, and if he can't do that, then he ceases to be whatever he is, whoever he is. He sacrificed all his friends, blah blah blah. So I thought it was very interesting that when he was manipulating Arush, that he was bringing up ethics and morals and try and like grooming him to do what he says, which is sickening, and but also that makes sense narrative wise. Like that's how you get someone to do what you want. You make them think they're your friend, they buy in, and then you like twist the knife with the family. Like horrific, but makes sense. Yeah. So what he was doing with like the hey, if you can't help me, then like what are you worth? Like if you do the wrong thing, if you hurt somebody, if someone gets hurt because of you, then you're bad. Like you're a bad person, which is exactly what he did. And I just loved that comparison so much, that Morrow does not care about anything, that he's so beyond ethics and morals. Like he's laid that part of his humanity aside because he's a cyborg. He's still a person, right? He's just enhanced. But he's laid that all completely aside, and he's like, I'm going to use what exists of your humanity as a hybrid, your consciousness and your innocence, against you, because I know what it's like, but I don't hold to morals and ethics. I'm going to do whatever I need to do. I just loved that. That was awesome. So, any thoughts on Morrow or the kind of manipulation going on?
I mean, yeah, I definitely really like his character. I think it's interesting to see he says, I'm here, trying to talk to Yutani in episode 3.
Yeah.
And what she say, it's like, oh, I think you're talking about my grandma or something. My grandmother.
Yeah.
She doesn't have a grandma. Yutani Senior is not a grandma. She's not a nana. You know what I mean? She's my grandmother.
Yeah. Grandmother.
Grandmother. The matriarch of the corporation,
yes.
Right? So I think that was interesting because he was basically like, all I have is this mission. That's all that's left, because I left 65 years ago. I don't know anyone here, but I was on this ship. This is my goal,
This is my directive. Absolutely.
It's interesting because I think maybe I was misunderstanding Morrow's mission, because I thought he sabotaged the ship on purpose. And I thought he had ulterior motives.
Whoa.
And I think now what we're seeing is basically he just was resigned that the crew was done for. That's why he didn't try to save anybody else, because I think we picked up at a point where he was like, we're screwed. I'm going to try to salvage the mission. That's why he doesn't let the captain in. He's just like, that's all I got is this the mission. I hope we learn more of that. Like, that was an interesting crew, and I hope we get more flashbacks, and like I hope their synth is still alive. There's like different characters like that. I'm like, and then someone's out to get Morrow because like you screwed us on the ship, and
oh, that'd be cool.
Yeah.
Someone comes back to like get revenge on Morrow and like thwarts him. Oh, nice. Yeah, I do. I wouldn't even consider a whole episode devoted to Morrow's ship and some backstory there, like those flashes we got, a whole episode on that.
Yeah.
I wouldn't consider that a filler episode. That's perfect. I would love it.
Oh man, I would love that so much, because it would basically be a mini Alien movie.
Yes.
Just like classic crew of a ship, but I'm like, but I care enough that I want to know.
Yes.
Don't need a series, don't need a movie, but just like, give us one episode.
Give us 45 minutes. Yeah, and it would add to Morrow. It would most likely, we would start out really liking him, and then by the end of the episode, we know we're going to hate him. By the end of the episode, we get there and we're like, I do hate his guts, or something. Maybe we always hate him, and we just love the characters that he lets die, and that's devastating. That would be really cool. Like if episode 5 or 6 was a whole flashback of the Maginot, I think that would be tight.
Well,
you heard it here first, folks.
Yeah, I was going to say, and I think there's got to be a reason. That crew was crafted so well.
Yeah, it was perfect. It can't just be a
Great,
cameo.
great actors, and I'm like, they filled out that crew that could have supported a whole show.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I hope we get something more. But if we don't, that also speaks to the quality level that they're like,
Yeah.
no, you got 5 minutes with this crew, but we need you to care really quick. So we put some great
Hmm.
actors there, some great writing, and what they gave us was awesome. Um, I want to talk a little bit more about the five because
Yeah,
once
great.
again they have this discussion of what are the five companies. They're like, well, there used to be governments, and
Yeah.
that didn't work. I just, we talked about this before, but just the idea of these five mega corporations, and they each have like an army, and they basically took over. And it's like, it literally is. It's Amazon, Tesla, basically
Yeah.
are like, okay, don't worry, America, China, don't worry, guys, we've got it. And now we
Yeah.
are this company, and now we're this
Yeah.
company.
We tried
Um,
elected officials. That didn't work anymore. Let us handle it.
Yeah, yeah. Which I think all these tech companies are what I think of, but then it reminds me of the movie Idiocracy when Costco won the store. So it's just like I can't remember what state it is, but there's a state that the entire state is Costco, and
No way.
that's the only store in the U.S. It's just like, nope, that's where you go for your store.
Oh,
Welcome to
that's funny.
Costco. I love you. Um, and then I started thinking about all these corporations that are scary and potentially like,
Hmm.
oh man, if this is terrifying. But then it's like, also, what if ridiculous companies took over? It's like, gonna
Yeah.
be out of left field. Like Nintendo is over like Asia, and just
Yeah.
like, yeah, just like Walmart. We'll get Walmart.
Yep.
Yeah, Walmart will run us. And
Yep.
but
Walmart gets Ohio. They can have Ohio.
yeah, they can have Ohio. It's
Wow.
a really good show. I think I've got a little prediction segment. I
Oh,
was thinking,
nice. Nice.
I think Wendy's brother is definitely going to die,
Mm.
and it seems like he's going to get a chest burster, which would make
Hmm.
him the only character that technically two chest bursters have come out of his body.
You're right. You're right. You're right. I love that. I hope he gets
Yeah,
that for him. Yeah.
yeah. I mean, street cred. You're dead, but
Yeah.
it's legit.
You can't beat that. John Hurt needs to be resurrected so he can do two more and take the W.
So he can die again.
Yeah.
Uh, Glorious.
Um, that's a great uh, prediction. I think this is my prediction. This will be my last thing. There's gonna be, unfortunately, a point. I think this will be cheesy, and I'm not looking forward to it. But there will be a point where Wendy speaks xenomorph, speaks alien to a xenomorph, and like convinces it to stop, and like brushes its head or something. If that's gonna be like the end and she tames it or something, I would be really disappointed. But I know that it's coming because she can speak that language, right? Like she talked to the little serpenty xenomorph when it came out of the lung
Yeah.
at the end of the episode, which was sick. I loved it. It was very cool. But the natural order of events is like, oh, okay, you can talk to and potentially suggest to a xenomorph what to do. Maybe they'll listen to you. I don't know. And I'm hoping that it's not cheesy. I think it will be. I think it'll be corny.
Yeah, I hope. I don't know. It seems like a show is like, does everyone need to die so Earth doesn't know what a xenomorph is?
Oh, that's a good question.
You know? But it'll be interesting. So ideally they're leading up to the original Alien movie, which is sacred to most people, especially
Mm.
creating the movie, but or the show. But it's interesting that people don't really seem sacred about like Prometheus.
Yeah.
And which is interesting because it's still Ridley Scott. Definitely very different, but they're not bound to the director. I think they're just like Alien, 1979
As the
was a,
originator. Hmm.
yeah. So,
Yeah. I think some people would like it if Prometheus was retconned. I would not
yeah.
like that. But um, I do think. Oh, what was I going to say? Oh, I think it'd be interesting, like if this season or this story, if we get a second season, I don't know, if the story of Alien Earth ends with Wayland Yutani sending out the Nostromo, be like, okay, we have a signal. Like, if they change the story of Alien, that Wayland Yutani. Well, no, wait, that's the case actually. Wayland Yutani had the signal, the distress signal, and sent the Nostromo from Earth to go get it. It wasn't like a update and directive that Mother got. They left Earth with that. Well, at least Ian Holm left Earth with that plan.
Well, right. I was
Right?
going to say you could easily say that they knew the whole time, and they're just like, hey, let them know mid-flight back
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
that we
Distress
want them to go
signal.
there. You know?
Yeah. I can see how this show would feed right into Alien. However,
Oh
you've
man.
asked this question before. Yeah.
Well, it's just like that again. That would work perfectly if at the end they're
Yeah.
like, well, we do have record of where the Maginot got the xenomorph. We have a freighter on the way.
Oh.
Let's send him the signal. Because the Nostromo's out there right now, right? I mean, it's only 2
I don't know
years.
what the travel time was. When did the
Uh,
Nostromo leave
wasn't this
Earth?
your favorite movie? Don't know. Don't know.
Shut up. I don't know that anyone knows how long the travel time was.
Oh, I think they say it in
I'm
Alien.
sure someone knows. Yeah. I figured it was like weeks or months. So while you're searching that, it would be, I think, really cool. Okay, we have the travel log of the Maginot. They went to LV 426.
Okay, 10 months. So it wasn't that
10
long.
months, they could do it. Dude,
So
oh no, this is what we're doing. Alien Earth is butting right up into Alien.
yeah, all they would have to do to close the loop, which is what I want. If you're going
That's
to give me
what
a
we all
prequel,
want. Oh
I
man.
don't care if you, I think I said this before, but I don't care that you close all the loops. But if you open a new loop, if you give me a prequel, you have
Uh-huh.
to close it. I don't need
Yes.
everything answered in Star Wars or Alien or whatever. But if you give me a prequel, you got to
And
tell
you
me how
create
it,
more questions instead of
yeah,
answering the questions I want. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
yeah. It's either close the loop or give us Alien 5. I'm ready
Right.
for it.
I'm ready. But not with Sigourney Weaver. She should be done. She wants to be done. um, so this makes a lot of sense. This
Well,
is maybe this is our
Sigourney
final.
is home with Awa now, so
What'd you say?
she's home with Awa now.
Oh, Ewa. The blue people. This would make a lot of sense. So if let's say all of the alien life forms are killed or they have no xenomorph, that would spur them at the end of Alien Earth to go and find another xenomorph to like the eggs are destroyed, whatever, we need more. Or alternative, Prodigy keeps the eggs and they have a corner on the market and Wayland Yutani says absolutely not. This is warfare. You're going to use the xenomorph against us in war. We need to go and get our own eggs again because they were ours.
Yeah.
So then they say, well, we recovered the travel log, the black box from the Maginot, and we know where they picked it up. And so they'd say 10 months straight there, no dilly-dallying, because the Maginot was probably doing circles in space for 35 years to pick up all these life forms, or for 65 years. So if they can go beeline straight there, technology's probably better, ships are faster maybe, I don't know. That would make a lot of sense to me. And they go, we got to go pick these up, bring them back so that we can essentially have mutually assured destruction. If Prodigy uses the xenomorph on us, we're going to use it on them. Oh,
There
this
has
is
got
cool.
to be a xenomorph to xenomorph gap.
Yes. Oh, man.
That's crazy.
I hope this is where it goes. I hope it's where it goes.
Yeah. I think they're going to close it. I think we're just going to get one season. I haven't actually read much. Have you heard if it's a mini series or a season or it's going to
You know, I've not actually heard if they're planning on 2 seasons. Let's see. Usually if the there's no second season pre-approved on IMDb.
Hmm.
So sometimes shows will have like pre-approved seasons like, oh yeah, this one is so popular already that the studio has already greenlit a second season. I would be shocked if they did that. I think it'll be a little while after the show, unless the season just caps it and ends.
Yeah.
which I'd be okay with. Like if Noah Hawley had a great story and then he finished it, I like that. Cool.
I think they're probably kind of doing a little wait and see, knowing, I
Hmm.
mean, I think it's the smartest thing to do in the world is to be like, leave it a little ambiguous if we want to do a season
Sure.
two. But also, if they're like, no, we're not going to do a season two, they have maybe alternate scenes or they're just ready to end it. Because I
Hmm.
think, I don't know, I don't know. I think the alien world is what intrigues me, not
Yeah.
characters or the,
Yeah.
through lines. I'm
That's
like,
one of the beauties of it.
yeah.
There's so
It's
many different characters. Hmm.
Yeah, it's like everyone can be a different thing, and it's cool because we're getting new stuff. We're getting like these companies, and I think it's giving us a lot of like new stuff that's like really exciting. And so it's a fun time to be an Alien fan, and I hope to.
Sure is.
My number one fear now is the Oculus infecting a hybrid, a Alien Romulus hybrid.
Wait, an Alien Romulus hybrid.
Yeah, that's what they call the
Oh, the tall dude. Oh,
with one eye
brother.
as an Oculus,
Gross.
and it's still holding the goat.
Ew. It's
That's the
just,
stuff.
just carrying it around like
That's
a
the stuff of
suitcase.
nightmares right there.
Oh, disgusting.
Wearing
I
a
hope I
brand
never
new
see that
Edgar
thing again.
suit.
I hope I never see that hybrid alien birthed
The
out of a woman again.
I
Unless, until I rewatch the movie again, then I'll see it. But not ever.
That hybrid from Romulus was the most terrifying thing. Just like
Literally.
they cut to it and it's just like its arm was like slowly moving. It was almost a still image and it was the freakiest thing I think I've ever seen.
Dude,
Yeah.
disgusting.
That and the head
Yeah,
from
the
a
three-way
barbarian,
hybrid
but
between human,
I
xenomorph,
digress.
and engineer, disgusting.
Disgusting.
Z01 was the pathogen. Ugh, gross. Okay. Heath, this has been a great post-episode live show.
Yes.
I really like this. Let's do this again sometime.
Let's do it. Yeah, I was gonna
Wow.
say if you're listening after, we're gonna try to do this every Tuesday night around 9:30. Do a little after show. We have
Hmm.
4 episodes left, so I'm
We do.
excited to make that happen.
Keep it up. Tell your friends.
Kevin.
Join the live.
Yeah, let's do it.
Yeah, it'll be a really fun time. All right. We're going to sign off. Live stream. Peace out. Heath, go see a movie.
Go see a movie. Stop it.